The FOSC wraparound gel base, also commonly known as split base, is a replacement base designed to be installed around an already cabled assembly, and it is primarily used for rehab or upgrade applications. This split base is a direct replacement for both FOSC 450C and D size enclosures, as well as fist enclosures. The wraparound gel base kit includes the following: a pre-assembled split base, lubricant, 6 mastic sealing pads of 3 different sizes, a cleaning tissue, a tie wrap, a spacer, and a hardware bag. The QR code on the box links to product collateral such as installation instructions and installation videos. CommScope's C-Track phone app is recommended for scanning. In this video, we are rehabbing a 450B closure into a 450D closure. To do this, the fiber splice trays, stored buffer tubes, and cable is kept intact when removed from the closure being rehabbed. The standard collar that comes with the 450D closure is discarded and replaced with the FOSC Split Base collar. To open the split base, first open and remove the clamp and collar. Loosen and remove the 6 screws and washers using an M6 Allen wrench and separate the 2 halves of the base. Make sure the 2 longitudinal seals stay in the correct position, in contact with the top edge at the O-ring groove. To install the split base, first slide the collar over the closure organizers. Make sure to place the collar in the correct orientation, with the O-ring groove facing the top of the enclosure. On both halves of the base, make a marking 0.2 inches or 5 millimeters from the edge of the O-ring lip, opposite the longitudinal seals. Remove the protective paper from both sides of mastic strip number 1 and install it on the half base, lining it up with the marking and flush with the top. Repeat on the other base half. Bring the 2 halves of the base together over the cables and tighten with the screws and washers. Make sure the longitudinal seals remain in the grooves. Make a cut on the mastic strip along the edge of the base and fold it over the seal end. Properly push the mastic over the seal and in the groove. Repeat on the other side. Remove one side of protective paper on mastic strip number 2 and install on the base by aligning over the middle of the split with exposed mastic towards the base and flush with the bottom edge. Repeat on the other side. Apply pressure with the collar to push the mastic strips into place. Make sure you align the markings on the base and collar when doing this. Remove both sides of the protective paper on mastic strip number 3 and install on the base by aligning over the middle of the split. Make sure the strip overlaps the split equally and is flush with the bottom edge. Push the mastic over the previous layer. Repeat on the opposite side. Remove excess mastic at the bottom on both sides of the base. Install the O-ring by stretching it into place and make sure it is properly seated in the groove. Note, always stretch the O-ring into place so that it stays seated. Do not roll it into place. Using supplied lubricant, lubricate the edge of the collar and base where they will come into contact with the clamp. Press the collar onto the base, making sure to align the markings. Make sure the mastic does not buckle up when pressing the collar down. Install the clamp, positioning the hinge 90 degrees from the split and making sure the O-ring stays properly seated in place. Secure the clamp with the supplied tie wrap. You should not re-enter at this point. Depending on the closure version, the spacer may need to be installed in the bottom center of the star bracket. Note, star bracket on the left does not have the extension, while the one on the right does. If the closure version requires it, install the spacer in the star bracket as shown, and push the gel block against the spacer at the center of the star bracket. Before sliding the collar over the gel block, lubricate the gel block using supplied lubricant. Align the diamond mark with the top of the tower. Slide collar up and tighten the gel block. Tighten locking plate screws using can wrench to finalize installation of split base. Complete the installation of any additional splice trays and connecting any ground bonds needed. When finished, place the 450D dome and O-ring in the correct position. Then install the locking collar.